Heavenly Father, we come to you on this beautiful day to ask you to guide us in our decision-making, the way we live our lives, and the way we project ourselves to the public as well as our friends, family, and others. Pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to call this meeting to order on June 14th at 5:34. I'm going to allow for any discussion we have on the agenda. Anybody have anything to add or take off or discuss? Then I'll look for a motion to approve it.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Landon, and
Second.
Second by Terry. Jen, do we have any public comments today?
No, ma'am.
So how about public presentations?
We do. Miss Brittany, if you want to come up, we're going to present our summer interns. And I believe all of you know as well, Miss Brittany is leaving us. I know, traitor. We're so upset to see her go, but she is living her dream. So we're very happy for her, but very sad to see her go. She's a big part of our family, so it's a big hurt to our department. Go ahead.
So we have two wonderful interns that have come and decided to take their time to work with us this summer. And that is going to be Miss Kelsey Gray and Mr. Ray Gary. And I'll let them tell you a little bit about themselves.
Okay, well, obviously I'm Kelsey. I'm from Missouri, and I go to Missouri State University. I'm studying Parks and Recreation, obviously. And I'm just really excited to be here this summer. We're opening a rec center, and what better experience can this be? So, me.
I'm Ray Gary, and I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I attend Ohio University. And I'm really excited about all the fun events like the 4th off Main and the grand opening this summer.
Welcome.
Wonderful.
Anyone have any questions for him?
Just want to say welcome to our small little town, and thank you in advance for the sweat equity that you will be.
Already contributing.
Welcome to Low Country Summer.
Way to scare him off, Landon.
Okay, the next thing that we have is we wanted to give you guys an update on the rec center, just to kind of go over some of the forms and the rules. Hugo, for those that have not met him in person, Hugo is our, can't even speak,
Facility manager.
recreation center manager. So he has been with us since January and has been super busy getting all the ins and outs together. So I wanted him to provide some information and updates on what he's doing. And I'll let you take over, Hugo.
Good evening, everybody. It's good to be here. Give you guys some updates on what's happening with the Recreation Center. I know Jen will be ready when it's... Sure. I know Jen's happy that down the stretch we come, she's ready to get it open as well as I am.
Amen.
And a lot of other people here in Hardeeville. So I'm excited. It's game time almost, so now it's time to get to work and get the building open. Just want to give you guys some updates. So the last couple months, I've been working with Jen just to come up with some, procedures, standing operating procedures, some rules. As we all know, any kind of public building, you gotta have rules. If not, you know what happens after that. So I'm gonna just not go over every rule. I've given everybody a handout so you can kind of digest it. If you have any suggestions, by all means, give me a call, shoot me an email. We could definitely discuss that. But we've got some facility and fitness procedures there in your packet. Basically, proper attire with any kind of facility that's fitness oriented. You have to have proper attire. Sanitation is going to be a concern. So they have to have towels to be able to wipe down the equipment. Food and drinks, obviously no food and drinks other than water. It's going to be allowed in the fitness center. And then proper equipment and use, you know, you gotta have proper equipment. You know, if it's really packed, if you've ever been to a fitness center, I know I have, when it's peak hours, you don't really wanna wait on machines and things like that, so we just ask that if it's a packed house, the community, you know, takes that into consideration, so nobody's really waiting for a long period of time to use the equipment. Behavioral guidelines, obviously, you know, no cursing, it's a family-oriented facility, so we'll be very forceful with that, making sure that everybody feels welcome. Accident reporting, we expect if anybody, God forbid, sustains an injury or an accident, that they inform staff immediately so we can kind of get the process going, filling out reports and all that good stuff. And then age requirements, 18 and older on the fitness center side. And then for guests, they'll have plenty of opportunity to bring a guest. Everybody's gonna want to see the facility. Obviously, it's a brand new, state-of-the-art, $8.5 million facility. Everybody wants to see it, so we will allow guests into the building. There's a $3 fee for that for the members. They have to be a member to bring a guest in. Next up is the fitness room, general recommendations, and those are just basically highlighting health and safety. It's on the second page there of your handout. Can't say enough about staying hydrated, especially this time of the year. The cool thing is there'll be water stations throughout the facility where they can refill their water bottles so they can stay hydrated. The other stuff's just major, you know, making sure they get clearance from their physician that they're physically capable of having a physical fitness regimen so they don't injure themselves or cause more damage than what they were trying to accomplish by living a healthier lifestyle. So if you flip over to the third page, it goes into our gymnasium rules. Those will be our open gym, when we have open gym periods. Again, it talks about the guest policy, the gas pass policy there. Again, it's $3 for gas for our members to bring a guest in. We do invite them to bring a guest. We want to, you know, the community to use the facility. So having a guest policy or gas pass is, I think, very beneficial for that. Food and drinks, obviously no food or drinks in the gym because of the surface. It's a very expensive surface, so we want to make sure we maintain it properly, and we don't want spilled Gatorades or anything like that, food or anything like that on the gym floor. This is a little different than what we had in Palm Beach County. Our rec centers down there were a rubber surface. My first building I opened up in Cobb County was the wood surface, and I was the same way. You have to have rules. If not, in a couple months, your facility is going to really take an impact. So having those rules and, you know, just educating the community on the importance of the rules, I think it's critical. So, you know, we want this facility to be here for a long time, so it's our jobs to all chip in and take good care of it. Age appropriate and open gym. Children under 12 must be accompanied by an adult. Again, please be respectful and considerate of others in the gym. It is a family facility. So we'll have the signs posted in the gym, just like we've had in some of my other facilities I've been involved in, so they can clearly see the rules. They will also have to sign for the rules when they join as a member, so they read and understand the rules. But I think with that, any kind of rules, it's just constant education, 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 and it's all about your approach. Always be courteous and respectful, and vice versa. Dress code, again, with the surface, we got to be very cautious of that, making sure they don't wear any kind of like shoes that's going to scuff the floor up. So we ask that they bring in, you know, athletic shoes, basketball shoes, nothing of, you know, business shoes or boots or anything like that, because it will scuff the floor up quickly. So talks a little bit about that, and talks a bit again about behavioral guidelines, no cursing, foul language, obviously fighting, anything like that, taunting. These days, you know, you've heard of with kids, there's a lot of bullying going on, so that's something we'll, you know, really have to be very mindful of, making sure the kids, you know, aren't bullied, because a lot of times in rec centers, you know, it can, you know, you get kids there after school, they want to hang out, and that's why the rec center's there for them, but you got to be very careful with that. So proper dress attire, again, it talks about the dress code down at the bottom, kind of a continuation of the first 13 bullets there. The main thing, I think, is guys got to keep their shirts on. I know with basketball, they have a tendency to want to take their shirts, so they shirts off. So you got two teams playing, shirts versus skin. So we got to make sure, since we're a family-oriented facility, that they got to wear their shirts at all times. So, again, talked about the shoes, the athletic apparel. Another thing that's when I did my research that we have in ours as well is the undergarments can't be showing, their shorts can't be sagging, or to where their underwear is basically showing. So that was on every rec center rules that I researched. Important, especially with gang. Even here in Hardeeville, I'm sure in small town of Hardeeville, you know, that's sometimes a giveaway with that in certain colors, and talks about the bandanas and things like that. So the main thing with that is just educating the community. Let them know, you know, we're here for them. You know, we want them to have a good time, but we have to follow rules just like anywhere else you go. And then the last page, we included some racquetball court rules to make it, if it ever becomes busy, which we anticipate it will be at some point when we have tournaments and leagues and things like that. But during the open play, they can make reservations for the courts. We have a process there that they can follow to make sure everybody has fair and equitable access to our courts. They are very nice, and I can't wait for everybody to see them. It's a really nice facility. I'm excited to get it open and get it going and get some activities and some programs going. So that's it on the rules. I'm not going to, like I said, go over every rule there, but I've given everybody a handout where you can kind of digest that. And again, if you have any recommendations, by all means, just reach out to me. Just some other things I've been working on since I've been here in January, just working on some forms. Working on the rec center activity registration form, having some standard operating procedures in kind of correlation to what's in here in terms of just more day-to-day, like opening and closing procedures. Part-time staff recruiting, we've got some ads out. The position closes today. It was open till today. I know we had a few applications come in for our part-time recreation center guest specialist positions. And then we've got a full-time custodian position we're looking to fill. And I'll be conducting the interviews for that as soon as we go through the applications. Just ordering supplies with any new building. You know, we were lucky here. Jen and Brittany had some pretty good stash of supplies already set aside, but I went ahead and got some more supplies in addition to what they had after looking at their inventory. Another thing I've been working on is the open gym schedule. That's going to fluctuate a lot. That's going to be a constant ebb and flow, kind of filling out the community, seeing what our peak hours are in terms of what sport is going to be the most requested. I've got time set aside for all ages, teens, youth, families, active adults or seniors, 55 plus. And then we've got open gym for pickleball as well. I met with Jeff Conradi. I think that's how you say it.
Conradi. Mm-hmm.
Conradi, yeah. Really nice gentleman. I'm excited to partner with him in terms of pickleball. I'm really excited. I want to highlight that because I've never really been involved in pickleball, but it's a booming sport now, and it's.
You ready, Landon? Let's go. I'm excited.
I'm excited because right when I left Florida, it was
It's like
really
tennis,
starting to pick
but not
up
quite.
steam. My senior centers weren't designed. I wanted to have them there, but we just didn't have we weren't designed. A lot of our buildings were older down there, so they weren't designed for pickleball or any kind of sport for that matter.
Where are the pickleball courts?
We'll put them on the basketball in the gym. Now the good thing about that, a lot of the courts around here in our surrounding communities are all outdoor courts. So imagine this time of the year, you got the rainy season, you got the humidity. It's going to be a huge attraction for us, and I can't wait to work with Jeff and get that going. Really excited about that. We've discussed having a possible tournament sometime in September, kind of kick it off. He's going to be there for the grand opening, and I'll get into that a little bit here in a few minutes, to really kind of get that up and going with me as well. So I'm really excited about that because there's a tremendous opportunity here in Hardeeville for us to really hit a home run with that one. I've got a meeting coming up with Mike from the YMCA on the 21st, and that's going to be really kind of set in stone, kind of with the programs, what we want to do, starting in the summer and fall as well, and also to discuss the grand opening. My vision for that is to have some demos going that day for some of the programs they're responsible for, like some of our classes, martial arts, exercise classes, and things like that. So what I'm hoping, if I can get confirmation from him, is that we'll have some activities going that day so people can actually see the activity, kind of get a vision if they're not sure what a senior class or martial arts or whatever they want to offer. At least they can see it, and they can go ahead and, possibly register for that and go ahead and get some classes going there as soon as we get going. So speaking of grand opening, we'll dive into that. The marketing part. You probably was saying, well, how are you going to promote all this? We've been working with our media department here in Hardeeville, the city of Hardeeville, as well as the Denarius Group. A lot of really good, innovative ideas they were able to bring to the table, along with our media department here. But traditional print newspapers, the Jasper Sun-Times, Bluffton Today, the Sun Today, which is in Sun City. They're going to be issuing some direct mail postcards to residents here in our surrounding communities. Email marketing, which is a really effective tool in today's marketing campaigns. Social media, can't say enough about that. Really want to push the hashtag Recreate Hardeeville. Come play with us on all of our campaigns as well. And then our cool thing that I really thought was an excellent idea was the digital billboard on Highway 170. That'll feature the coming soon before we open. And then once we do open, we'll have, it'll change up to now open so we can really promote the facility and really get the traffic beautiful facility at the rec center. So, and then there'll be rack cards post grand opening that we'll have out in the community. People can kind of grab and go to kind of build the excitement of the facility. And then broadcast, media, radio, cable TV, and streaming. We'll be utilizing those markets as well. And a cool thing also is the radio live feeds the day of the grand opening. We'll have one of the radio stations there providing live feeds. Hey, we're here at the Hardeeville Recreation Center. Come on out, bring the family. We got refreshments and all that good stuff. Programs. We're going to have free giveaways. So it's really going to be a really fun community event. I'm excited for it. I love special events, especially, for a brand new building. So I'm excited to get her open and really be there for the community. So this is just some examples for our flyers that the Denarius Group has designed that'll go out in the community. It's kind of a little blurry. It's not the best. That's as clear as I could get it. But you can kind of get the idea with the rack cards and the flyers. How about really nice, eye-catching, nice colors. So I think it's a very clean flyer, not too much information, just enough, to build excitement, highlight the facility, and get the community really engaged about coming out. So grand opening, if you don't know, is scheduled for our community grand opening scheduled for Saturday, July 31st. We'll be open from 10 to 5, but our main activities that I'll have scheduled staggered throughout the day will be from 10 a.m. as soon as we open till 2 p.m. And again, that'll be, Terry's going to be kind enough to be there for us for refreshment side of things. And then we'll have free t-shirt giveaways, the live radio feeds, music. Got a lot of ton of free giveaway promo items to really promote City of Hardeeville with our hashtag Recreate Hardeeville. And then the cool thing, I guess, my goal is to have some activity. So when they walk in, I like that class. How do I sign up for it? Come on over and we get you registered. Facility tours. Our 2 interns will be there providing tours. And I believe we have Live Oaks Academy possibly.
We're working on it as pages.
Some high school kids that'll be there as well to help us out, because Jen and I are going to be, wide open that day. I know I am. Might even be sleeping there that night. I was joking with Jen. I might better bring my sleeping bag.
I feel like we're already there. Pretty much.
Yeah. Make sure I dusted off my sleeping bag and got it all washed up just in case. So that's pretty much it. That's the. Oh, okay. I've already went to the grand opening. Again, free giveaways, facility tours, live radio feed, refreshments. Oh, the partner agencies. I knew I was forgetting something. One of the rooms we'll have set up, I'm going to have main partner agencies like the YMCA, Hardeeville Police, Hardeeville Fire Rescue. I've reached out to the Boys and Girls Club about possibly being a part of it. So that'll just be like an information room when they kind of want to go and see what's going on, what those agencies are offering. We had our meeting, was it last month? I mean, I'm losing track of time.
Yeah, it's been a blur.
So we had a nice meeting with them to kind of brainstorm, get the juices going, get some ideas on how we can partner to, hit every aspect. Recreation centers aren't just recreation activities. We don't just put out a basketball and go play basketball. Like some professions, they always knock our recreation industry. Oh, you guys just play bingo with seniors and you put out a basketball. It's a lot more in depth than that. So the cool thing about partnering with our partner agencies, we're going to hit every aspect. Community needs, I think that's important. We can't always do that within our focus areas, our core values maybe, but that's why you partner. That's why you seek assistance in those areas so that you can build momentum in your facility and build community in your rec center. And that's what we hope to gain with our partner agencies. And then activities for all ages. We talked about having pickleball. Jeff's going to be there he's going to have 2 clinics, one in the morning, kind of take a little break around lunch, and then have another one kind of that mid-afternoon time. And I hope to have the same thing after I talked with Mike about racquetball. He has a contact for that. If you guys have any contacts, by all means, give them my name and number. I'll be happy to talk with them. Hoping to have some basketball clinics. Worst case scenario, we'll just have family time, and half of the gym will be pickleball. The other half will be basketball. So definitely want to give them the opportunity to come in because they're going to want to come in and shoot some hoops and things like that. Really hear the sneakers on the court, see the ball go on the net. Everybody has a good time. So, and then exercise and recreation classes in partnership with the Y. We'll have some as well once we get open, and I can kind of get our niche with what the Y is looking to do. And then one thing I don't have on there also, I'm hoping they can at least have a personal trainer that day to show people how to use the equipment properly, basically put themselves at injury again, because we want somebody to come in and enjoy the facility without sustaining any kind of injury. So that's the grand opening. That's pretty much it. That's kind of the nuts and bolts of it. So looking forward to it. I'm excited. Questions? Comments?
I have one.
Yes, sir, Terry.
The only thing that I did not see is what time are you opening and closing every day?
Hours of operations. That's a good question. We are opening from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday.
7 a.m. to 7
I'm sorry, 7
p.m.
a.m. That's my old hours. Senior center. 7 a.m. 7 p.m.
Monday through
through Friday. Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And that may change, Terry,
Okay.
depending.
And closed on Sundays?
No
That's
Sundays,
Sundays.
no. And we are, I'll talk about it in my report, but we are struggling for employees. So,
I think everybody is right now.
yes.
And do we
So
have
those
any
hours may change.
cost factors yet? Memberships, anything like that?
The
That been
fees have
figured
been
yet?
approved.
Yes,
Membership
they will
fees.
go Thursday for the second reading, but it's in my report.
Okay. That's all I had. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think there's anything left.
Yeah, I just want like the good thing about Sundays having as with people, I think facilities need that downtime to get the facility, especially a new facility like this, because there's going to be a couple little kinks you got to work out, building wise. So I think having that downtime is important. It's going to be heavily used. I don't doubt that. So yeah, it's going to be a really nice facility, and I can't wait to finally get it open. Yeah, they'll have the Y, I believe, is going to have staff.
On
That's
some, yeah,
yeah.
we haven't worked out quite the kinks with it, but no, there will not be an assigned person there all the time.
Yeah.
The majority of our staff will be able to train you on how to use the equipment, and all of the equipment actually has the information that's on each of the pieces of equipment as well. No, ma'am, you just have to pay for the YMCA program separately.
like for instance, personal training, you know, obviously you have to pay for that. They won't, like Jen said, they won't have anybody there all the time. But the machines these days are pretty state of the art, pretty self-explanatory. If you just follow the image. They even have, I don't know if these have them. They have like the little QR codes. If you have a smartphone, you can hit it with your QR code, and it'll give you like a little demo on your phone right there. Or you can just read the directions.
It's been so long since I used anything like that, I probably need that.
I've even had to use it because the equipment's always changing, and that's
Yeah.
the cool thing about technology. Even seniors these days, everybody's got smartphones now. And my dad doesn't, but most people do.
I'm
So you just
afraid,
hit it with your QR code, and then it gives you like a little video, which is really cool. So,
I'm afraid to get on a treadmill anymore.
and I'll be walking around a lot. You know, I've worked in fitness centers a lot. I know the basics. I'm not a certified trainer, but if I see somebody really bad form, I'm definitely going to correct them. I don't want anybody hurting their back or blowing their knee out or anything like that. So,
I have a question.
yes, sir.
Do we have a floor covering?
Yes, sir.
One of those roll-out
Mhm.
sheet kinds, so
Oh yeah.
you can do public events like dances.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of the first questions I asked Jen. You got to cover floor covering, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
They're not fun to put out if it's the one I'm thinking of, but they're a lifesaver. They really, you know, we've all been in facilities that just aren't properly maintained, and it's just, you got to maintain your facilities. It's a critical factor in the longevity of the building. Anything else? Some good questions. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much
Hugo.
for keeping it brief.
Good job.
Old business.
There is no old business.
Okay. Presentation and approval of minutes from May 10th. Was there any discussion on the minutes? Then I ask for a motion to approve or disapprove. And a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. New business?
No new business.
And then we're on you again for the director's
The
report.
director's report. I'll try and make this short and sweet. Things are a complete blur right now for us. We are literally doing about 150 miles an hour, working some very long hours to make sure that everything goes off without a hitch. We're in the planning stages of getting the move over. I would love to have done a video. I think I promised at the last meeting that I would get in and do it, but at this point, we've got key points of the center that we don't want to showcase. We want people to come in and see it. So there'll be no more update videos from me. But as you all met, the interns, we've got them coming in. They've been here since the first part of May, and they're doing a wonderful job. One of the programs that they're working on doing is our pop-up park and play. I know you all have heard me talk about that several times. So I don't think that I put it in your packets this time, trying to save some paper. But if not, you probably do have it sent via email. But there's actually a picture image of what our trailer is going to look like. We dropped it off today, so we're very excited to see that when it comes back. And we have several dates already set up here in the summertime that our interns are going to be doing. We've got some, let me see if I can go through where these things are. Aberley Chase, they've got one set up there. Palisades at New River. I mean, there's just tons of them. There's another one at Aberley Chase that they're doing, Deerfield Village, and so on, so on. So we're really trying to get out into the public so they are aware not everyone can come down to the park. So this is a really good program where we take the park to the kids. So really excited about that. Some other stuff that we did is, let me see, back the first Saturday in June, we did our first Bark in the Park. That is something we've been working on for the last couple of years, and we just said we were going to wait. And we did, and we had a nice turnout. It was a lot of fun. We had the police that were there doing the canine demonstration, had some dogs dressed up, and then we also had some adoptable dogs that were there from JARM. So, and we hope to expand that year after year and eventually make it a social gathering, you know, where folks can come together with their animals and, you know, have a drink and just, you know, socialize, have fun. The next big thing that we're doing is our 4th Off Main. This is one of my favorites that we do. It's coming up in 2 weeks. That's where we just blinked and it's almost July. I'm not sure how that happened. It is a very fun event. We are still looking for just a few savory food trucks. So if any of you have connections to food trucks, please send them our way. The fee is pretty low. I think it's about $50 for the food truck. But we do have a few openings. Of course, we have the fireworks. We've got bounce houses, all kinds of family activities, and of course, Muddy Creek will be playing. They're a really good band, and it's just a lot of family fun. It really reminds you of a block party, where just everybody kind of knows everybody and they all get together. And of course, fireworks. So looking forward to that. And of course, I did tell everyone about Miss Brittany leaving. So as devastating it is to lose her. I know she's, like I said, she's going to be pursuing her dream, and we're certainly going to help her along that way. But we have been advertising for her position. It closed today, so we have a few candidates. We'll be reviewing over that, and hopefully we'll get a new position. Whoever this person is has got some tough shoes to fill. But we're working on that, and as Hugo mentioned, we also have some part-timers that we have to fill, as well as our custodian. So, and of course, the big to-do on everyone's list is the rec center. It is just, it's amazing to have seen and been, a part of all this from the very bottom all the way up. It is absolutely amazing. We aren't quite ready to turn it over, but here within the next week or two, it's more or less substantially complete. So it is, you guys are going to be wowed. We are holding an event Friday night that is not open to the general public. So before you leave, I will need your addresses so we can send that out to you and your significant other. We hope that you will attend. We do have a pretty big guest list, so we're trying to invite lots of folks from the community, that we know are going to help promote the facility and really get us off to the right start. So, some last little things that we are working on. Fill the Bus is coming. So we are working with all of our neighborhoods again, Margaritaville, Latitude Lakes, as well as Sun City. It's not Hampton Point anymore. I think it's Riverton.
Yes.
Riverton Point. And then, of course, Hilton Head Lakes as well. So we'll be sending information out here in the next week or two to those folks, so we can get everyone on board with that. And that's coming. That'll actually be the first event that we host inside the recreation center. So we'll go pick everything up and then bring everything back to the rec center. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And again, Hugo's already mentioned the part-time. We've got all that. And schedule of fees is the very last thing that we have to discuss. And I will send this out to you all once it is finally approved on Thursday. It did pass the last council meeting, so everything went through. Once it passes for the second reading, I'll send it out to you all so you have a copy of our schedule of fees. You can find it online right now in our packets, public packets. But it was definitely a very contested process, and we made it work. And the fees are very nominal. We tried to keep them down as best we could, with also making sure that we keep the interest of the building. And its operational costs are just astronomical. So this first year, council is working with us to kind of see how we can tweak some things. But a full center membership, which gives you access to everything, is $10 a month, and that's for residents. So I don't want to say we're giving it away, but
You're giving it away.
we're giving it away. But I hope that our residents will come forward and use it. And I tell this to everybody: if there's anybody that cannot afford that fee, they need to come see me, and we will make sure that it's scholarshiped out. We have a whole program for that, so no one will ever be turned away because they can't pay. We also have a lot of stuff for the seniors, 55 plus and above. For residents, there's no charge on some things, and of course there are charges on others for pickleball, volleyball leagues, all that kind of stuff. There's an additional fee. We also have the racquetball courts as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be, the next year is going to be very interesting to see how we work and grow with our partners. The YMCA, of course, they're building their facility. over in East Argent area. So that's, a good partnership as well. We'll be building out in that area as well with our parks, schools, all that stuff. That whole area is getting ready to explode. And I know some of you live out in that way, so you're going to feel all of that growth that's coming. But it did, like I said, it did go through with council. That was not last week, I believe the week before. And they are scheduled to go again on Thursday. And once it gets approved, we'll send it out to you all officially. So, but other than that, that's pretty much it. It's just been nonstop. I will tell you, I was at Congaree with part of the Scatter Board, which is South Carolina Low Country Tourism Board, and that was a lot of fun. It's a beautiful, beautiful golf course. I was very lucky to be invited, and we've just been nonstop, literally nonstop. So, but I know you guys cannot wait to see this building. It is gorgeous.
Hugo, you got keys?
Nope. No more tours. We're good all. But other than that, that's all I have, ma'am.
Okay, does anybody have any issues or concerns they'd like to talk about?
Just a question on the donation drop-off. Where are the drop-off points?
Right now, they will probably be here. They'll be partially at the Public Works, and then we normally have it at the fire station, police station, and then sometimes we have businesses. We just haven't had any. You want? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Since I'm right there.
Okay. All right.
Where is your business?
Riverwalk,
Okay.
right there. First set of buildings on the right.
All right. Yep. And we can do that for you and get a box out there for you.
Anybody else have anything that they'd like to ask Jennifer? Then I will accept a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
And a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, and we'll see you again.